Welcome back to the Blitz Award Show. We've gone through the offense and defense. Now it's time to take a look at the weekly award winners from the Grand Strand and PD. All of these individuals shine to help their squads get in the win column, and some of them are familiar faces whose names we have called. All right, from week number 0, it's Carolina Force quarterback Scott Saylor. He gets us going, totaling 278 yards, 6 touchdowns as the Panthers walloped West Brunswick 70-41. In the PD, Virginia commit and South Florence quarterback Lenora Sellers takes the cake, 223 yards, 3 scores in their big 49-7 win over Bluffton. In week number 1, North Myrtle Beach running back and all-around versatile athlete Elijah Vereen went for 167 yards and a pair of scores in their victory over the Loris Lions. And in the PD, Marvin Gordon out of Lakeview shined, 265 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns as the Wild Gators took out Scotts Branch 28-12. Just one player in week 2 due to COVID-19 hitting teams hard in the Grand Strand. That was Trinity Collegiate's Reggion Bennett. Nearly 300 yards, 4 touchdowns as the Titans hung 74 on Pinewood Prep for the 74-40 victory. Bennett plans to make his college decision next month to play D1 ball. All right, back to 2 players in week 3 in the Grand Strand. Our player of the year, Ryan Berger from Myrtle Beach. The App State commit went over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns as the Seahawks escaped with a 34-31 win over Oceanside Collegiate in the Low Country. Inland, it was West Florence's Terry McKitchen. 260 yards, and he reached the end zone 5 times in their 41-20 victory over West Brunswick. In week number 4, Ainer's Daniel Stanley stood out in the crowd, breaking off some big runs on his way to 142 yards and 2 scores as the Blue Jackets took out Hannah Pamplico 43-6. In the PD, it was Lamar's Patrick Anderson. He was brilliant, 225 yards, 4 scores as the Silver Foxes get the Region 2 1A win over Great Falls 56-16. At the halfway point of the season, Conway's Rodney Huggins won from the Grand Strand. The Tigers running back was key with 181 yards, 4 scores in their big win over rival Carolina Forest 33-14. Trinity Collegiate product Trey McLeod won from Darlington County. He had 265 yards, 6 touchdowns for the Titan offense that rolled over Ben Lippin 58-41. In week number 6, Green Sea Floyd's running back Colby Thorndyke was almighty, going for 215 yards and scoring on 5 occasions as the Trojans took out Johnsonville 32-20 for a key region win. Thorndyke's going to play baseball at East Carolina next season. In the PD, Hannah Pamplico's Xander Poston, 258 yards, 4 touchdowns as the Raiders upset Lakeview at home 38-32. Continuing along the Grand Strand in week 7, Carolina Forest running back and linebacker Luke Chanak was unstoppable in their win over Conway. Check out these numbers: 118 yards, 3 touchdowns on offense. On defense, 12 tackles and a fumble recovery. He did it all for the Panthers in their 27-7 win. In the PD, South Florence running back Malik Terry had 154 yards and 2 scores, helping the Bruins go to 6-1 on the year with a 38-7 win over Wilson. All right, 3 weeks to go in week 8. Conway wide receiver Carlton Terry Jr. had the best game of his career. 8 catches, 285 yards, 2 touchdowns as Conway picked up a 27-14 win over Socastee. Another familiar face in the PD in week number 8, Johnsonville's Daquan Burrows. The junior went for 297 yards on 28 carries, and he scored 5 touchdowns. The Golden Flashes won a shootout over Hannah Pamplico 60-52. All right, keeping it going, Quadir Scott of Christian Academy at Myrtle Beach was flat out incredible in week number 9. The Saints quarterback totaled about 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, converted 6 of 8 2-point conversions as they beat Dillon Christian 60-54. In the PD, Lake City's Shamonte Burgess 237 yards, 4 scores. One of those was a punt return for a touchdown, which you're seeing right there as the Panthers beat Andrews 34-6. Finally, in week number 10, Clemson commit Adam Randall had the best game of his senior year. The Myrtle Beach wide receiver had a school record 255 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns. The Seahawks beat rival North Myrtle Beach 35-6. PD Academy's Drew Singletary wins our final award for the Eagles. 185 yards, 4 scores. 2 of those were punt returns as his guys would blank Carolina Academy 42-0. All right, time for one